All right, Blue Merinos, we're going to make our candy corn door hanger kit. I think you're going to love this one. I really like to make things that are kind of sweet and cute for Halloween. And this is going to definitely fit that bill. So we start off with the really big candy corn base. Y'all, we have this available in the kit, but you can always get the base just how it is if you've got other pieces you want to put with it. I love this one. It's super cute and really easy to work with. So that'll be the foundation. When we make our bow for this, we're going to add a bunch of picks into it. So instead of these being separate, they're going to actually be part of the bow, which I think is a little bit different than we normally do and just a lot of fun. Okay, let me show you the ribbons. These are really super cute. I've got the Harlequin and the black and orange together. I love that. I think that just is so sweet. And that it's just going to have that pop of the classic black and orange, which goes with everyone's holiday decor for Halloween and mixes really good in with your fall. So I like this, and I think you will too. So we are going to need our bow maker. Let me grab it out, and let's get our candy corn. We can just hang it up behind us. One of the really fun things is the candy corn door hanger has a little hanger on it when you get it. So you don't have to do anything special. You can just use that. And when we make our bow and our pick little cluster addition that we're going to put on this, for me, I'm just going to put it at the very bottom of this design and kind of let it flow down. I think that'll be super cute. So really the only thing you're going to need that doesn't come in the kit is you're going to need some cable ties. It's probably pretty much the only thing. So I'm going to get a couple of black cable ties and we'll get ready to do our bow right here. Super duper cutie patootie. Okay. Our black curls, and here's our candies. Now, I like to spread these out to really get them open. And they're a little more effective. When we do this with stuff in design school, I'm always calling that shaking hands with it. But you can see how this went to this. When I took a little more time, it just makes it feel more expensive and bigger. And you just want to take a little time to do that. Okay. So I've got my cable ties over here. And I got my scissors. Let's make our bow first. I think this bow is going to look really good if we use it the thicker 2.5 in the back. It's going to be the foundation for the skinnier ribbon to lay on top of. The other thing I want you to think about is how long do you want these tails hanging down? I like the idea of 20 inches. Look how cute that would be coming down. So if I have that here, I can kind of lay this out from the bottom and decide, okay, that seems like a good length. So I'm going to go with 20, which is the length of the bow maker. And I will just go ahead and cut this at an angle there on the side. Why does my trash, does your trash can do this in your studio? Like, does it walk around on you? I'd like to blame it on other people, but it's literally my fault. I'm going to go 20 inches on the tail. 20 inches, and then I'll bring this back to the middle. I'll twist that forward. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I sure am. I'm loving being here creating with you. And I'm right-handed, guys, so when I want to pull my ribbon on the spool, on the bow maker, I want it to come away from me this way, outside. So keep that in mind when you're making your bows. Anyway, we had a little bit of thunderstorms today, which kind of cooled it off nicely. How was your weather? Was it pretty good? Pretty good? Did you have a nice day? Are you starting to get in the spirit to do some fall projects? Or are you thinking too early? Okay, I'm going to go on this side. Y'all, this fan is blowing up my dress. Okay, 7 inches on each side, guys. And I'm going to push these down. So I did 2 loops on either side, and then I'm cutting these both at 20 inches. Yeah. Okay, 2 on either side. Now bring in the Harlequin. That's coming on next. Now you like to put the 1.5 on top because it really kind of pops the design, pops out the color. I'm going to twist, and this time I'm going to do 3 loops. So basically when I do 3 loops, I'm doing 1 in each section of the bow. And I'm going to stick with these a little smaller at 6. Okay. Once you twist that in there, you're going to hold it. Twist. And you guys, if you don't have an easy bow maker, just ask here. We'll get you a link where you can grab one. They're pretty inexpensive, and you can do all this in your hands. You don't need this device to make bows, but it holds it for you and kind of lets you build your design from back to front. So you kind of see it coming together right in front of you. Now in this kit, y'all, and if you haven't noticed, you'll see numbers on all our kits, right? Or all of our projects have numbers, whether they're a supply list or a kit. And what you can do is go to Keleas.com and then search that number. And it will just come right up for you. And you can get the kit, see the supplies, go back and find that video, whether that video is a video here or on YouTube or it's over only in our design school portal. There'll be a link for it there. So you can find it, join our class, and get access to the video. Or if it's a video on YouTube, you might have access just when you click in. So please come on over and check it out. I'm going to finish off with a cute little bow tie in the middle. So to do the bow tie, I just make a loop, and I want there to be about 5 inches on either side. So from here to here, 5 inches, from here to here, 5 inches. So I need a little bit more where these overlap. Let's see what we got. I need a little bit more. I'm still at 4. I'm always underestimating how much I need. How about that? Yeah. Then I'll just trim this off. Okay. Gather it up and put it in the center. And that will be the center of the bow tie. So it just means, when I say bow tie, it just has no tails. So that way that black stays in the front. Now, let's get our cable tie and take this off. Okay, and I like to kind of polish off the center of my bows with another set of, not a set, but a little piece of ribbon right in the middle. Okay, so it's looking like this. I'm going to be putting a piece in the center to hide that. But right now I'm going to fluff this out. Get it looking really pretty and fluffy. Lots of movement in each layer of the bow. That's so important. See all the dimension? That's really what gives your bow the difference in just an average bow and a really great bow. Now, I need a way to put these clusters on and attach my wreath to the finished piece I'm putting it on. So I'm going to add a cable tie right here to the back. So I just put that in, and I'm going to get this tight and trim that little tail off. Now let's pick our color for the center, and I'm going to do the Harlequin. I think that's like a no-brainer. Let me grab that right now. And let's just take a strip of ribbon. And I cut this one a little bit longer because I'm going to leave the tails just kind of popping out of the top and bottom. So you just fold it a little more narrow. And then we're going to put a little knot here in the back. And just let these go up and down. Just make sure they're facing the right way forward. And that'll be the top. And this will be the bottom, just like that. Okay? So now that we've got that done, our next step is going to be making the cluster, and then we'll put it together to put it on our cute little trick-or-treat door hanger. Huh? It's going to come together pretty good. So we've already got our super cute bow made, and now we're going to make our cluster to go behind the bow. And I want you to take your piece and figure out exactly where you want this to go. You could put a bow at the top. You can put it off to one side. The thing is, if you add weight to one side or the other, it is going to hang a little wonky. That being said, this looks super cute hanging like this on your door. You just got to add a little hanger up here if you want the bow to come down at an angle. You can do whatever you want. That's the fun part. When you get a kit or you're creating, yes, you have some inspiration in the tutorial or the video. Even if you're in design school, I'm going to teach you how, why, when, where, and the best and easiest way to do it. But the really cool part is when you add your own twist to it. So I'm always going to encourage you to go outside the box, do something fun that is exciting to you. If not, it's okay too. You can do it exactly how I'm showing you. Really, until you get comfortable, it's easy to just follow it step by step. When you get comfortable, you go off the rails a little, as much or as little as you want. So we're going to make our bow to go down here at the bottom. So I want to have these clusters kind of going off right and left. I think it works the best. I did trim these down. These have big old long stems on them. So I trimmed them down to 4 inches already. And we're going to just kind of crisscross these at the bottom. So that means to kind of put it together, how it's going to start looking for you. It's going to be, these are crisscrossed. This is going to be in the middle. All right. Doesn't that look cute? That already looks really cute. So then our next step is going to be adding these on top of them. So here is just a little easy, quick tip that I think you can utilize in every project you do that requires fun, whimsical picks like this. So when I use the word pick, I'm talking about a spray or a stem that goes into a floral design. And it doesn't always involve a flower on it, but the industry term is a pick, okay? And if it's longer, it's called a spray. So these are both, this one might be a pick and this one might be a spray. But you see how I layer them together just like that? That's perfect. And then I'm going to cut down these stems with my wire cutters to where they're the same length. That keeps this part of the project kind of really neat and clean. And where they end up overlapping behind the bow, guess what? We won't hide too much of the candy and goodies with the ribbon. So you want to do this with both pieces. So there's one, here's two. This is so fun. Let's see. I'm going to put you here. I'm going to turn you around. And we're just going to kind of wiggle them in where some are in the front and some are in the back. It's that dimension. Like, you know, you've heard me talk about before, especially if you're in design school, when you add all that dimension in with depth, creates a higher value. Your customers want your pieces more. And if you're just making for yourself, that's fine too, because your pieces look like they came from a boutique or a designer, but you made them. Okay, now I'm going to take and overlap these. Basically, just going to make a big sandwich with these together. We're going to put a cable tie on that to hold it right now in place. I went to get my black cable ties because they would camouflage in this good. I just saw them a minute ago, but I can't find them, so we're going with green. It's going to be behind the bow. No one's going to see it. Let me lay it on the table so it's easy to prep, basically. And I've got these just on top of each other here. Okay, and I'm going to trim that off. Fantastic. Now, next step is to get this on and then put our bow right on top of it. The only thing is, how we talked about, I want this to go left to right, but I want my bow to go up and down. So with considering that, I'm going to attach this first here at the bottom. And we'll get it on with its own cable tie. And then we have a cable tie on the bow to get us started. But I'm going to put this on right down here. There is a little wire going around the frame. You just want to go under that, because then you're not counting on a couple of little pieces of grapevine to hold it. You've got a nice strong wire. So trim that off. Cut that. Let me show you what we got. So it's kind of just straight left and right. This is where you're going to make the magic happen. Okay. I'm going to take and start to bend these. So I'm going to put it on the restand for just a second. And you're just going to do a little bendy. Here you go. Easy. A little right, a little left. Okay? Now, let me zoom in a little bit for you. We're going to grab the bow. So grab the bow here. And it's going to go right over the top of that. And you're going to just slip your cable tie right. I just put it on the actual black stems here. You can bring it up to the top and we'll pull that tight. This time you want it to be really tight because we want it to tuck in there and not sag down. Yep, trim it off. This is so cute and so, it's really so simple. You could make a couple of these for gifts for your girlfriends. Deliver this over to their houses at the Halloween party, or if they like to decorate every year. Man, if you showed up with a decoration for me, or you decided, hey, let's do a girls' night, you pick up 2 or 3 kits. You don't have to run to the store to get anything. You just need cable ties, which you probably already have, and some wire cutters. You can make this really, really fast. Look at it. I made it so cute. Look at this. That is adorable. Now, you guys, look at this. I know, it's so cute. So really very simple to make. Just take a little time, fluff these guys out, make that beautiful bow, and this could go right on your door. And like I said, get those girlfriends together, create this together. You will love it. It'll be a good, fun project to do. The grandkids can help. These type of kits are really so fulfilling and fun to make. So I can't wait to see yours. I hope you enjoy it. And make sure this week you have a fantastic week and you really take the time to celebrate you and what you've accomplished and what you're making beautiful for your home to be this special place for your family to live in. And even if that family is just you, you deserve it. You get to have something special for you. All right, Blue Merinos, I will see you later. Go have fun with flowers.